Hey guys, the iPhone X is here. But how do you use it? It doesn't even have a home button. Well, today I'll show you some of the basics. First of all, quite a few things changed. Without a home button, for screenshots, it's power up and power up, volume up and power. To exit an app, instead of using the home button, let's just, camera, sure. You simply, on this bottom bar that appears, simply swipe up quickly. And you go back to the home screen. Now what if you want to clear your app switcher? Well, we can just go to another app like say Calendar. Go up about halfway and then hold. Now you're in the app switcher. Now there's one of two ways to clear apps. One, simply swipe up like you normally do. But they also brought back the hold down to clear. Just show you here. You can see you're back in the app switcher. If you simply hold down on an app, these will appear. And you can clear apps. Just like that, quite simple. Control Center has been relocated. Instead of swiping up like you're used to, try not to do that because that will simply close your app. So that could be very frustrating to get used to. But you simply swipe down from the status bar. The right corner of the status bar. If you swipe down anywhere else, it's of course Spotlight Search. Now, without a home button, you might think you have to press the power button to wake your device. But of course it still has a raise to wake, but in addition it also has tap to wake. Now, how do you actually unlock it? Well, first of all, they brought back swipe to unlock, except this time it's vertically. You swipe up, and then Face ID, or the passcode. I'm going to use Face ID. It's a bit hard to show on camera here. There we go, just look into the camera. That is set up in settings, by the way. Now let's talk a bit more about the power button. So you may notice that is much larger than it used to be. And that, I don't know why they did that to be honest, but it might be because it is now used much more often. You can of course still tap it once or click it once to sleep the device. However, now, if you double tap, there would be Apple Pay, but I forgot I have not set it up. I am stupid. Okay, but yeah, double tap for Apple Pay. But how do you activate Siri without a home button? You could of course go, "Hey Siri." Goodbye. Or, alternatively, you now hold down the power button. However, you may be wondering, well, if you hold down the power button to activate Siri, how do you turn the device off? Well, it's really quite simple. You hold down the power button and either of the two volume buttons. And here you have access. Of course, you also have the emergency SOS mode. Of course, 3D touch is still a thing. Now, here's something that's very important. If some of you were trying to restore from an iCloud backup, it may have failed, and it doesn't really give you any reason. Well, it's almost certainly because the iCloud backup you're restoring from was on a phone with a more updated iOS. My iPhone X shipped, well not shipped, but I got it, and when I unboxed it, it had iOS 11.01 installed. However, my iPhone 7 backup was on iOS 11.2 beta 2. So that it just simply failed and I couldn't figure out why until I did some research. So I did some research and updated to iOS 11.1 because that's the best you can do on iTunes without downloading the public beta. And that still didn't work and I could not figure out why because I completely forgot I had installed the beta on my iPhone 7. But eventually I got everything worked out and it all turned out fine. But that's just something that's worth noting if you're having trouble. One thing that is a little bit disappointing is that it is now impossible to have it show your battery percentage. as it will take up too much space in the status bar. So what do you guys think about Apple's latest offering? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it too overpriced? Too hard to use? And also, if you have any questions, be sure to comment down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to check out my other iPhone 10 videos. See you guys next time.